guys, Chris Moreno back with another video. So in this video I want to show you guys a workout routine that's designed for pretty much anybody that's constantly dealing with like nagging pain or injuries, right? It's prohibiting you from making further progress in your fat loss journey, your muscle building journey, you're just getting better in any possible way journey, and using the gym as a tool to make that happen journey. So in the past, I've showed a workout for pain management, right? With this workout, this is if you're currently dealing with pain, right? And you just need to switch up your routine until that pain goes away. Because more often than not, when it comes to dealing with pain, it's either going to be due to a mobility restriction or a stability restriction or a combination of the two, right? So basically, it's either going to be an issue with your ability to move or to have strength while you're moving, have control while you're moving, right? But yeah, guys, so once I get to the gym, warm up and everything, I'll show you guys what the routine is looking like. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, so another way you can think of this type of workout is a functional bodybuilding workout. So when it comes to functionality, right, your workouts having payoff in the real world, the main thing that's going to really help all of that is having muscle. Having muscle is functional, so by no means does functional training require you to stand on a Bosu ball and do some barbell back squats. So with this workout, it's going to be geared towards improving your stability and control, but at the same time, we're still working on building muscle. So first movement is an actual superset. It's starting with a double elevated pause Bulgarian split squat. So you pretty much sink down to the bottom, slow pause at the bottom, and then you explode up, aiming for like 6 to 8 reps, making sure that the weight is challenging you for then. But you're gonna do both of these movements on one leg before switching to the other side. So immediately after doing, like, let's say your left leg Bulgarian split squats, the double elevated, you go into these left leg 1 1/4 machine leg extensions. Pretty much each time you're in that fully knee extended position, you're squeezing your quads. So pretty much on every single rep, you're squeezing your quads on 2 separate contractions, right? Aiming for 10 to 15 reps depending on the weight that you use. And this was done for 3 sets. Immediately after that are these dumbbell single leg deadlifts to a balance. So of course, if your stability is not the best, you can hold on to a bench. Just use 1 dumbbell and use it as a way to assist yourself, but you want to really focus on hinging at the hips. Pretty much with the free leg, it should stay straight to where you feel your glute engaged the entire time, and then you're just working on trying to touch, let's say, the wall behind you. This was done for about 6 to 10 reps, right? Same thing, really focusing on slow and controlled movements. And then immediately after that are these sprinter hip thrusts. So elevating your torso on a bench or a box, and then as you drive up, you're pretty much with the free leg driving the knee towards the chest, and you're going to do this for about 10 to 15 reps, right? Same thing as the Bulgarian split squat. With this variation, we're really focusing on doing all 3 of these movements on 1 leg before switching to the other side. This is just pretty much a different way to go about structuring the workout to where we can really keep a bunch of tension on each individual leg versus switching from left to right and then the next movement left to right and then left to right. But after the sprinter hip thrusts are these 1 1/4 resistant band leg curls. So depending on the amount of resistance that you're using on the band, you may or may not be able to use full range of motion. The main point is trying to reach that maximal end point as hard as possible, having a slight pause each time you come up. Just like with the leg extensions earlier, this will require 2 separate hamstring contractions on each rep. Again, 10 to 15 reps. You do 1 leg and then you do the other leg, right? So it's left leg, single leg deadlift, hip thrust, leg curl, and then the right leg. And then immediately after that, we go into the rows. So this is a shallow stance row. You're pretty much lining your body up 45 degrees along an inclined bench and just resting one arm. And you're going to pretty much be working the lats as a stabilizer, right? Especially along creating stability around your lower back, pretty much. So this row variation, yeah, you're going to build some muscle in your lats, your rhomboids, but it's also meant to help build stability in the erectors, building stability, you know, in a weak spot for the majority of us. But immediately after doing the rows on each side are these rotational pull-ups, right? So we're getting that natural movement in the arms, right? That natural rotational pattern, that natural scapular humeral rhythm, if you will. So pretty much starting with your palms facing away from you, and as you drive your elbows down, we're going to have a rotation. So really building strength in our shoulders' ability to rotate back and forth between internally and externally rotation. You know, it's just gonna really help in bulletproofing those shoulders. And then immediately after that are these half kneeling Arnold presses, right? And pretty much whichever side that you're loading, that knee is down, and we're still engaging both feet. So this pressing variation is going to really involve you having to build stability in your QLs, doing one side and then the other. And then immediately after that are these half kneeling Y raises. So the half kneeling position is still requiring, you know, QL strength, QL stability, right? Stability along the mid back hip area. And at the same time, this is really a great way to blast the medial delts compared to, you know, your typical lateral raises where that's not necessarily putting the medial delt in the best position to contract. And then immediately doing both sides are these banded rear delt rows. So you don't necessarily have to use a machine. You can use whatever that allows you to drive your elbows back at a 90-degree angle, more or less, right? It's not gonna always be exactly 90 degrees for everybody, but you wanna make sure that you're able to drive your elbows as far back as you physically can, right? This is done for about 10 to 15 reps. The presses were about 6 to 8 reps. And also with the pull-ups, it depends on your strength, because we're making sure there's a slight pause at the top. So this could be anywhere as 5 up to 15 reps. You just want to make sure that they're challenging you. And then followed by the shoulders are some arms. So the superset is just a body weight tricep extension, right? So I'm really focusing on driving my hands through a pad while keeping my body angled. This is just gonna also work the serratus while training the triceps, right? The serratus is just one of the main stabilizers of the shoulder, and it's just gonna help in bulletproofing yourself, right? And immediately after doing that tricep extension are these 1 1/4 single arm high curls, archer curls. You're just making sure that your elbow stays up and your shoulder stays protracted while being elevated. And then from there, we're just focusing on squeezing the bicep on 2 separate contractions on each rep. Think that there's a walnut between like your forearm and your bicep, and you're trying to crush that bitch every single time. But if you like the video, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to try this workout out, all the reps and sets will be in the description box below. But yeah, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.